Let's do that. Fruit farm. And this vegetable farm. See if that fixes the housing confuzzles. I might come down here later and rebuild this stuff, but for right now, let's just shift it up top here. Yeah, I'm just trying to keep the chat moving at this point. Not bad, though, for a 10.5-hour long stream. For anybody who's tuned in just for this or missed the first half, we streamed Dwarf Fortress for the first half. Kind of my, you know, bread and butter of this channel is just a whole lot of Dwarf Fortress. If you ever want to get into very obtuse, random, deep games, I'm probably a person who can help with that. You know, it's funny, actually. I was thinking about my podcast the other day, right? And I was thinking, like, man, yeah, we talk about quite a few mainstream games. And then I was listening to a podcast that very much just talks about, like, you know, the popular shit, right? I was thinking, like, man, they haven't talked about any of the games that I've been playing. And then somebody mentioned one of the games that I play in, like, an email to them. And they were like, yeah, I never heard of that. We'll have to check that out. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, like, that's a game that a lot of, because the game that they mentioned to them in an email was The Wandering Village. I was like, man, that's a game that's doing really well. That's sold a lot of copies. How have they not heard of The Wandering Village? Like, how did they miss that one? And then I kind of realized myself, like, yes, it's because all of the shit that I play is extremely fucking indie. To the point where, like, it's quite possible that mainstream press will miss the vast majority of the games that I play. I mean, like, when I hear people talking about, like, RimWorld as this weird, obtuse game, and I think of RimWorld as, like, maybe a little bit even too popular for me to even bother streaming it. It's like, whoa. Like, I'm just, like, this weird mega elitist, I suppose. Okay, let's see if that solves the housing issue. Let's see if they start moving into these. These. Like, chat, do you ever sometimes realize that, shit, maybe I'm the gatekeeper? Investments are open. Invest your tickets if you wish. Just looking out at the ends of this. Knocking down all the stuff. And also, I just realized this, we got our 2 laboratories ready. We've actually got research coming in. So literally one of the first things I think I'm going to get is the upgraded laboratory. Like, what do you do with your research? Make the research better-ish. Which also means we really need more workers right now because we currently don't have enough. Get in here, laddies. All right, since nobody started the investments, I'm going to. Beat you to it, Bob. Now I have nowhere near enough workers. How many are these employing? 18? Shit. Let's just crank you guys down to a dude. Crank you down too. Turns out we need odd jobbers, but we can slowly increase the workload on this. How do I do that? Double click, right click to grant access to all immigrants, right click, open immigration settings. that's how you just automatically accept them? Assuming that means that it's gonna just automatically accept immigrants. Gotta keep an eye on that though. See if that number go up. If that number go up, then they are in fact automatically accepting immigrants. Yeah, that number go up. Woo! Yay for number go up. What's that? Cotton? I need somewhere to store some cotton. I'm too caught in the moment to really think about it, frankly. Could potentially start bringing elves in. Hey, Arctic. What am I playing today? This is Songs of Six. Very large-scale city builder. Although currently we've only just started, so we've only just begun. They're not really a big fan of this environment, are they? Also got homeless again. Actually, you know what? Let's not authorize you guys. We can just have you 3 odd jobs in here. Mostly just want these guys in here. Okay, cool. So they have actually moved into these upper houses. Neat. But yeah, this is a very large-scale city builder, kind of like a weird combo child of a little bit of Total War, like Pharaoh and all of the Impressions games and that sort of stuff. I find it to be an kind of extremely compelling little video game. Also, scrolling back up in chat briefly, Green Warbler, the negative number up in the top left with the little hammer next to it does in fact mean I have -6 workers. I want that number to be positive because those are odd jobbers. Those are guys that do construction. Those are guys that do like just random non-committed tasks. So tasks that, you know, like building roads and this sort of shit, meaning they have to stop doing other jobs to go do that. So you want this number to be positive. You can see the size of my city? Well, so we have 200 people just about in the city right now. A small city for this game is like 1,000 people. Although you do get called an emperor at 10,000, so. But yeah, no, I'm not even a mayor yet. I'm not even a sheriff yet. 1,000 people, we become a chieftain. 2,000 people, we become a lord. 4,000, we become a king, and an emperor at 10,000. Everybody wants to be an emperor. All right, let's just get a few more peoples in here. But yeah, no, I mean, this game kind of has the appearance of like RimWorld or something, so people think that the city should be a lot smaller, but like, if I just zoom out to show you the whole map, that's my city right now. We've got a lot of space to build on. Also, there's the fact that if I click on this button, this is the world map. These are all different regions. There's armies stationed around all over the place. There's little traders moving around. There's faction warfare going on this map. This one's called SOS for some reason. It's sauce, not sus. Holy fuck, that's an army of 5,000. Yeah, and like there's armies with like bigger populations running around the world map than my city's population. But yeah, it's much more of a city builder. Like if RimWorld is like a little colony builder or a town builder, this is a city-ass city builder. You build cities in this video game. You love this game, Lightco? As the guy from my chat earlier said, it's just a shame nobody streams it. All right, I want to absolutely shift the placement of this building. Let's move this over here and just nuke that one. I do not like that location. I don't like how he redid the housing, actually. I've been complaining about it all day. I much prefer... I like the new mechanic of how they move from, like, places, they move to places that are close to where they work and all that crap. Like, that stuff's cool. I like how they can have agency there. I don't like the actual construction of them. I much prefer the construction of the old housing system. I also prefer the visuals of the old housing system, but it is what it is. I'm not going to complain too much. Not game breaking or anything. I just prefer the old system. Canals. We're up to 1,000 tech. Or once we get to 1,200, we're going to throw that into improved laboratories. Because what's the best thing to do with laboratories is make better laboratories. Suddenly I sound like Dr. Evil or something. Although, to be honest, this game makes me feel like Dr. Evil sometimes. Laddies, I just need more idiots to move in so we can have... Okay, fine, fuck it. I guess we need more housing. But, like, come on. It's a good thing. Move in there, you morons. Just realized how I screwed up. And how I did that one differently than this one. Is there like a set range for housing the Sensen? To be honest with you, I'm not totally certain. I haven't figured it out yet. I just kind of eyeball it. I just kind of eyeball it. I think I just fucked that up. Yep, I did. Let's just do that over there. Use over that. And then grab you, and then go along here and do this. Dang it. It's clicked. If there's homelessness while you still have vacancies still, that's because they don't want to walk too far away from work. Or they're like a whole family and they want a smaller house. Or they're picky and they want a different kind of house. There's a lot of like weird systems going on in this game. Like to the point where like certain types of people want certain shapes of houses. But I'm doing my damnedest to keep that they have their oddly specific shapes of houses. But yes, I do agree, and I find it, like I said, I find this mechanic a little bit frustrating for the exact reasons that you're describing it. It's just so much less clear than the previous system, which is why I preferred the old system more. This one just kind of feels underbaked. That's maybe the best way I can put it. Yeah, that too. That's also why I preferred the old housing system more. Is because it made more logical sense in the, oh, these people want round houses. It's like, okay, that's easy. Make round houses. These people want square houses. Make square houses. But whatever. There we go. Someone who used to have a long commute. What if your commute is literally a block and a half and you're like, God damn it, I will only live 1 block away? Because that's more kind of comparable. Also, we finally have enough tech to make better tech. Maybe if you built some trains. If only like we could use like the transport carts to transport people and they weren't locked behind a tech. That'd be pretty rad. Imagine just like having little laddies on bicycles that just pedal people around. That would actually be kind of awesome. But, you know, like certain types of people also like working certain types of jobs. Like the dwarves like working more industrial type jobs. The elves like working in forestry, animal husbandry, and hunting and that sort of thing. Let's make a grain farm. A nice way to use some space in here. Oh yeah, also certain types of buildings make noise and they don't want to sleep close to them. That sort of thing too. Bikes would fit better with the Dutch thing. I mean, come on, there's not just bikes out there. That was an intended play on words, by the way. Oh man, I thought I just saw the number go up by 1. General happiness seems to be rising. You can also spot where the elves live because they're not permitted to have wood. They don't have as nice housing. Look at that. Funny. I used to have a commute that was 2 hours each way, so yeah, I feel you. It would get me to work about 30 minutes early, and the way back was closer to about 2.5 hours. So it was actually about 5 hours a day that I spent commuting for a long time. It really, really, really sucked. It was the worst. And it was all via bus, and absolutely brutal. Some of the worst years of my life was during that commute. You don't miss doing that? Yeah, now my commute is I get up from bed, and I walk over to my computer, and my commute's done. The problem is I live and work. I never leave my work, because my apartment is where I work. Am I still outputting leather? No, I'm not. I don't actually know where all my leather's going. Oh, never mind. I am still exporting leather. Duh. Let's stop selling leather for a little bit. Sitting on a pretty good little cash cow. Okay, so Taylor's locked behind tech. Okay. Actually, hold up. Stone mines don't require... No, you don't pay the workers. They do pay you taxes, though, so go figure that out. I think it's because, like, the game has its own, air quotes, economy going on in the background where they're all living and working and whatnot. I don't know if it's just straight communism or if there's, like, some other thing to it, but I think it's because the game's got its own, like, little background simulation going. It's the opposite of gay communism. Naturally, it would be what straight communism is. Not to be confused with space communism, also a very different thing. But what is straight communism? I don't know if they have currency or not, is I guess what I'm saying. I don't think they do. But you can charge your whole region taxes if you get big enough. Also, now I don't know where I am. Shiitake mushrooms. But, you know, I, for one, support the future of our fully automated gay space communism. Where the fuck did I actually... Is there, like, a center button? Actually, I think... Go to capital! Hey! Okay, sweet. But yeah, using this screen here, I can charge people taxes, which, by the way, is a really good way to start a revolution if you don't have any control, which currently we have none. So, I'm just not gonna bother currently, but you can charge taxes, and then you do get paid based on, like, space gay communism, pog, and that. Exactly. So yes, straight communism is the polar up. Straight Earth communism is the exact opposite of gay space communism. That's what that is. Also, I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying, so don't listen to me. Apparently, I've got a bunch of cotton. Must be getting that from the other thingy. So I think that we go into tailoring, masonry, pottery, Boyer. I've said this before, but this fucking screen needs a search function. So that I can just be like, yo, Taylor, done. Or like, let me research from the search function down on that bar. Which would be even better, actually. Hey, there's Taylor. All right. Hey, chat, I'm going to tell you a tale of Don't ask me what that means. much noise this is going to produce. Will one day have space tech? No, it has not implemented that. This is very much just like a pretty low fantasy game. There we go, that'll do. So now I can start taking that leather and turning it into clothing. I could theoretically add in auxiliary stations, but that would cost metal. Kind of don't want to do, so. Although, hold up, let's just see. How much metal would it cost for 100% productivity? It's actually not too bad. 72 metal. I got 20,000. We can import some metal, I think. Zip. Problem is, I still don't quite have enough workers, which means you laddies down here, we're gonna lower your worker amount quite considerably because I don't need all of the research currently. It's the best that we can get pun-wise. I mean, sometimes we don't need to maximize the profits pun-wise. So we got 160 metal inbound. I'm just going to wait until it shows up. Once it shows up, we're going to cancel it. Because that is costing us quite a bit. But, on the bright side, we're now going to have a bunch of metal lying around. Boop-a-doop, boop-a-doop, boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Also, chat, I do gotta tell you one thing. I'm really happy that this game exists. You wanna know why? Because there's another game that exists that I was hoping would be this, but isn't. Russ, thank you very much for the raid. Never mind, gonna have to just jump straight back into just banging it. I was gonna show a game off on Steam for a second, but hi, what's up, Honk Squad? How's things? What's up, loafing? You know, I also have rubber ducks. It's the only one I had within arm's reach, but how you quackers doing? I also have a mouse. I play all video games with a mouse, even Dwarf Fortress. But no, this is Songs of Six. What were you guys up to today? How was the world of clowny buffoonery you guys were up to, most likely? We're trying to build a town for orcs. And in this game, they're very much kind of like a mixture of halflings and orcs. They're vegetarians. They like buildings made of wood. Guy played Beaver Game. Oh, yeah, I played Beaver Game earlier this week. Played some Project Zombies. It's Project Zomboid and then Timberborn. So you got eaten alive and then you ate trees. Sounds fun. Yeah, I played a little bit of that last week. It was okay. Whenever I play Timberborn, I always just want to play this. Because this is like, kind of does, it doesn't have the stacking stuff. It doesn't have like the vertical building, like Timberborn does. But like, it's got a lot more depth to it, you know? Maybe not vertical depth, but gameplay depth. Which is what I sink my teeth into. If you guys don't know Russ is fantastic. You should go give Russ a follow. The internet's #1 source for Space Station 13 content. Currently, we're trying to import metal. Because I require metal to build this. Which is going to be making these fleshy animal bodies. And I think cotton. Like leather and cotton into clothing. And other things. This game stretched the DFH. It's nothing like Dwarf Fortress. That's something you need to know about this. Because, like, generally, if I play a game and I'm like... If I play a game and I'm like, man, this is kind of like Dwarf Fortress, I immediately stop and then just go play Dwarf Fortress. Because I'd rather just play Dwarf Fortress. But what this game does scratch is it scratches kind of the... Man, I really want to play, like, Pharaoh, plus a little bit of Total War, plus a little bit of, like, Dungeon Keeper, and a real big game. That's what this is. Terraria do be looking different. You think this is Terraria? Wow. Where did you get Terraria from? Cool. But yeah, it's very much that. Like, I can't show you the combat because I don't actually have a combat situation happening. But if I go to the Steam page for this, and just like click on this, this is what the combat looks like. I realize it's like very small trailer that I need to zoom in on. There you go. That's the combat. It is Total War scale, like massive grid-based combat. But the problem is you're fighting with your actual citizens. So combat in this game's dangerous. Oh shit, I turned my camera on. I feel exposed. I'm gonna vanish again. Anyway, but yeah, no, it's very much like you're fighting with your actual citizens, and right now we have 200 population. I was scanning around the world map earlier, which is this. You can like, this is the nearest town close by, and these are like trade caravans that are trading between the towns. And if I look around a little bit, we'll start to see little shrines and things which have like unique dudes at them. But if you scan a little more, very quickly you'll start seeing like tiny little raiding parties and armies. Currently everybody seems pretty peaceful. Where's an army? There's an army. It's like, that's an army of 3,400. So like the late game for this is like literally just throwing your entire city into the meat grinder. So. Apparently I do have metal inbound wherever it's at. But yeah, it's quite grindy, bit time consuming, but once you actually get to the mid-game / end game, it's kind of rad. Still trying to figure out where all of my furniture is mysteriously going. So I'm apparently making a lot of furniture. You could tell me. Because I have no idea where it's going. Like, I assume they're just slowly bringing it down there, but... Fork if I know. Well, we started planting grains over here, which means I need somewhere to put that. Somewhere to put some of it. I think I'm just going to export the grain, though. Once I have it. I'll wait until it's in my inventory first. Yeah, no, Russ is like the prime suspect for Space Station 13 crimes, so. Whereas I'm the prime suspect for Dwarven debauchery. But yeah, to anybody coming over from Russ's stream, if you've made the mistake of sticking around this long, my name's Blind. I don't see very well, and I stream a lot of Dwarf Fortress normally. But when I'm not playing Dwarf Fortress, I play other things that scratch similar itches. That's what I do. Russ is best clown. Russ is in fact best clown. Can confirm Russ is best clown. You forgot to say anything when you went to bed? Ah, it's fine. You went AFK and I figured you went to bedsies. Blind and Russ are men of culture. I don't know about that. Untrustworthy hooligans, more like. Speaking of untrustworthy hooligans, I just let some elves into the place. It's okay, I'm sure they'll get along just fine with my orcs. Got plenty of meat for them. They'll be happy. Sometimes you just get desperate for workers and you're like, well, move in, laddies. Now I got a small community of 10 elves living in this lovely little town. Time to place more helicopter pads. I mean, fire pits. Also, part of the reason none of this shit's getting done is because I literally just don't have the workers available. These farms ain't helping either. Can you war in this game with other factions? Absolutely. Yep. It takes a long time, and it's very, very, very high risk. But yes, you can. You can also, like, accidentally annihilate your entire population when you try to go to war with other factions, which is what happened to me the last time I tried that. And after we all died, it took me multiple years in-game to get my population even remotely close to back to where it was at its previous height. And I had, like, this massive city that was, like, largely a ghost town because we just got wrecked by the neighbors. But yeah, you can. You can bring catapults and shit. The combat's kind of like a light Total War style of combat. I say light Total War because it has the ambitions of being just like Total War, but obviously it hasn't gotten that far yet because the game is very much still early access. But, you know, this game is like, to quote Jake, who's the developer of this game, he wanted to make a game that felt like playing Pharaoh, but with actual realistic scale, and also just happened to be a really big fan of Total War, so crammed a bunch of that in there too. That's what this game mostly is. So it's kind of like this weird mishmash of, like, Impressionist city. You're just dragging a corpse. I hope you hunted that and didn't kill that in the streets. Sheesh. All right, we can start exporting grains. That sells for fuck all. Does it have Steam Workshop? I actually don't know. Does it have Steam Workshop? I haven't looked. I don't play it enough to look. Yes, it does. It does, in fact, have Steam Workshop. One of the first things I see adds a new race to the game. There's a cavalry mod, turtle people, rice, cannons and bombardments, but apparently it was discontinued. Something, weapon arsenals. Stuff doesn't degrade. Yeah, no, it's got Steam Workshop. I know that there is a very popular mod that changes the pooping sounds from pooping sounds to geese honking. Because right now well, if I just wait for someone to go into the shitter. This guy's got a shitty job. Literally just goes in there with a shovel. But anyway, you can hear them pooping, and it sounds way too realistic. To the point where, like, I don't like looking at the toilets in this game. What are you guys all upset about? I mean, I know your loyalty's dropping, but Jesus. You want baths? Yeah, duh. Drinking services? Yeah, okay. Okay, well, I can spend some quick, cheap research points on... Where are they? Don't like this screen. There it is. Speakers. And... Grab speakers. Let's enable better crops. Basic decorations. You know, so they insist that they want speakers, which are basically just people that stand on a platform and yell political, like, lies, most likely. But all that they actually want to do is they just want to throw vegetables at the people that are shouting. Which, you know what? Frankly, seems like a really good format of stress relief to me. Quite frankly, relatable. Is that a toilet? Yes, unfortunately. Well, that is. It's a lavatory, actually. But yes. Hope that this makes laddies happier. Happier. All right, there you go. General services happiness went up. So food rations seems to be a good thing. So I know that they have access to food already, but we're going to research food rations, methinks. Ration maker, this thing, which needs 150 research. So the way research in this game works is you need people to like do research and write shit down, but eventually they start to forget it when they start to die, so you have to build a library so that they can write down the research, and then you have to hire librarians and paper makers to maintain the library, otherwise they will literally just like forget your tech tree, which is that also that time that I was talking about earlier where I said that I invaded another faction. Yeah, it was great until like all of my tech tree vanished because all my books degraded, which is like, you know, I love my games to be realistic, but Jesus Christ. It was kind of a shock, to be honest. All right, well, we're going from 67% happiness up to 72% happiness. Let's fix up all these. Well, I mean, wouldn't you be... okay, now we're at 69% happiness. Well, I mean, that's significantly more optimal than 67. No offense, Stone. But did you sleep well, Stone? Since you're back and awake now. Everything degrades. Everything degrades, and everything needs to be maintained as well. Which is why there's a mod to turn off the everything degrading. Like, buildings need to be maintained and stuff. Like, if I hold down this right button, you can see damage that's been done to roads and shit. So this area down here desperately needs, like, a janitor to maintain this area down here, which might actually be why they're so pissed off down here. That's pretty solid. 8-ish hours is a good amount of time. Also, I might be going crazy, but I swear you used to be able to make those bigger. All right, did I stop importing metal? Okay, no, I do have another 98. I was gonna say, pretty sure I imported all that. I assume we're just waiting on furniture then. But like, if I select an individual person, you can see their wants and things that they don't fully have fulfilled yet. Like, they want arenas, they want canteens, they want eateries, they want taverns, they want bathhouses, they want physicians, they want wells, they want schools, they want everything. It's like, Jesus Christ, can you stop asking for like literally everything all at once? Yeah, I saw. I don't have a notification for Twitch follows because I don't feel the need to shout them out. And some people like to follow quietly, but I appreciate it. No Tolkien fans here? I find Tolkien a little boring, but who says that we're not Tolkien fans? What? Or the like not shouting about like you calling out Tolkien names? I mean, why would I do that? I read it, just didn't verbally acknowledge it. Because personally, I don't feel the need to. Bro, just homeschooled. As somebody who was homeschooled, bruh, just homeschooled. I mean, I would give them schools. I just don't have the tech for it, okay? Tech's expensive. We haven't even figured out the technology of how to make rations yet. We're on year 7, and I don't have cooked food. I think right now we've got bigger problems than the lack of schooling. I'm gonna go on a limb here. I think we have bigger problems than the lack of schooling currently. They will be fine. Okay, so let's build housing, or not housing, ceiling for this. Boop, boop. That'll do. Thonk, thonk. So you can make rations, and then we take pottery. Ugh. Ugh. Pottery. Pottery is expensive. All right, so we're gonna have to settle for less efficient ration maker for the time being. We'll add in auxiliaries later. Can I show the other factions? No. I can only show you where we're at currently unless I have an army there, because we can't see it. But what I can show you is this. This is the map. This is our space. This little plot of land right here. Like, those are neighbors, 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 etc. And currently I just have, like, the Krytonians and a handful of elves in here who are called Tilapi? I give up. Also kind of thinking about putting another storage unit down there. It's also very lightweight. I mean, I wouldn't call this game fat, so. All right, so I'm just gonna let these boys do all this. They're now maintaining all of these buildings, which will help general happiness. There's another grain harvest. I'll go up in there, and then we're just selling the grain. Wonder if we actually have any export for that. They don't sell for much of anything, but hey. But if you heard that on YouTube, you're probably an expert already. There isn't too much more I could already show you. Yeah, this game has a tendency as well of making me feel like a bit of an idiot. Because I'll be like, oh man, we're in this rough spot, like, shit kind of sucks, like, we need to make things better, and then I realize, oh, I literally just need, like, to repair the buildings on this part of the town and stuff, everything will just fix itself. That's usually the case. It's like, oh no, nobody wants to work in this part of town, why is that? Oh, it's because, like, they have nowhere to work. Also, gosh darn it. At least that'll help with happiness, though. God damn, am I down below 200 orcs? Come on. Wait until we're up to 250 orcs before I bring any more elves in. This is going to completely obliterate my workload, though. Let's actually just deactivate this one for a bit. Activate. Okay. Because I need enough workers to be able to finish buildings and shit. Also, you have a good night, Taylor. I totally missed you. My bad. Like, weirdly focused this evening. I mean, I have been streaming for 11 and a half hours, so it's probably got something to do with it. Me hiking this weekend? I'm going backpacking this weekend, actually, not hiking. But, yes. If you're still here today. I'm just kind of scrolling up in chat right now. It won't let you build buildings if the roof would collapse. But the building will just cease to function and they will just walk out of the building. And refuse to work there if it gets too cruddy, like this one did. I'm sorry, what did I just spend a bunch of money on? Ah, fuck. Apparently I'm still importing metal. Whoops. Well, on the bright side, I guess that does mean that I can... I got a little bit of metal in the fort now. I guess that theoretically means that if I need to, I could build a new chunk of space. Can I buy... I need 17 for prepared meals. Which unlocks the canteen. This game's much cheaper. It's actually, believe it or not, don't tell anybody. I have a secret for you. This game isn't cheaper than RimWorld. It's free. Sort of. The demo for this game is the full game. Don't tell anybody, though. It's our little secret. But there is one caveat to that. The demo for this game is the full game. However,
yes, it's called a motor race, okay?
We don't know how to bake bread yet. But in order, well, if you download the demo for this game, it is the full game. But it's the full game from 6 months to a year ago. I haven't actually looked at what version the demo's on right now. But the demo is the full game. So if you want to try this game, you can literally try it for free. You just have to acknowledge that, you know, you're playing a version of the game that is outdated. But it is quite literally free. But Pilot, how was work today? You know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of sad that there's no... Love to buy a game for free, don't we all? I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of sad there's no racing this weekend, man. Kind of like really sad. There's no racing this weekend, actually. Those are houses. These will fit nicely. Work good, actually. Finished an hour early. Got to chill for a bit. Hell yeah, dude. Today's stream was getting a little bit quiet, and then Russ decided to dump a very large, generous raid on us. And I'm very happy for all the people who stuck around. Means a lot. This channel can get kind of crickets sometimes. We dug too deeply and greedily into our fort today, and it was very efficient. Very excited to mess around further with that. All right, so you guys down here, we're gonna make you another well, because this is becoming another little housing zone. That's not what I want. That's what I want. What fort was today? Threat Dweller. I wouldn't dig too deeply and greedily in Long Death. Okay, so you guys take... We have a dreadful outbreak of some sickly disease that's going to kill people. Boo-hoo. Wowdy blah blah blah. Well, so currently we're taking leather. We're turning that into clothing. Yes, no, that definitely not Long Death today. People can move in. Or am I getting all this wood to build this building? Not to just, like, be a big meanie or anything, but you see all this green shit? See all this? This is all wood. So, I ask you a very complicated scientific question. What do you, where do you think I'm getting? But literally from everywhere. It grows from the ground. And time moves quite quickly in this world, so. Like over here, we're currently cutting down some wood. But you can build foresters to just automatically build wood for you. Does all the trees where you go? As long as you don't clear cut them entirely, yeah, they do slowly regrow. Like this. Me cutting trees. You're gonna sell cotton. So these take meat, and they make meat into meals. Kinda want you to actually use for that. Because I do have so much more fruit. Also, our furniture count's actually starting to rise now, which is really nice. Cheers, laddie. I don't know why I said that, but see you when we see you. VODs do make their way up onto the YouTube channel afterwards, and there is other VODs of this on YouTube, as well as a 40-minute long interview with the dev in this game. Go digging. You can go find it. Worth watching. A little old now. Posted at the beginning of this year. Your source gap. These are all of the resources that I'm managing. Yes, you have to manage the storage, the gathering, the acquisition, the production, pretty much everything. This is one of those, like, I also have to manage that now kind of games. Or, hey kids, I hope you like managing shit, because this game's gonna make you do a lot of that. Also gonna remove all of this water up here. And it's above 80% will attract immigrants at an increasing rate. What's your current health? 72. What do you laddies want? Vegetables, they want mushrooms pretty bad. Alright, let's see. Can I... Mushroom, mushroom. Actually, let's build a mushroom farm down here. Mushroom farms are kind of neat because they're indoors. Just like real life. So they build this little hut. There is keyboard shortcuts, and like there's this search function. There is keyboard shortcuts. I just don't play the game enough to like memorize all of them. Like, this is just me hitting random keys on my keyboard. Yeah, I don't know where they hide it in the menu. Wait, actually, hold up. Key settings. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, you can assign hotkeys to anything, right? If you're just assigning hotkeys to stuff, you can set it up pretty quick. It's so good, is it not, Violet? Soundtrack for this game is awesome. Getting close to being able to do cooked meals. Which will help a lot with general happiness. I'm also going to import some mushrooms. Not that expensive either. Eat. Also, shit. Apparently, cotton sells for pretty good price. And I have a bunch of cotton I'm basically getting for free, so that's fantastic. Yeah, it turns out orcs prefer mushrooms in there. Even the mushrooms, damn it. You really hate Dwarf Fortress because of only keyboard shortcut integrated interface? Okay, two things about that statement. Number one, saying you hate Dwarf Fortress is illegal in this chat room and will get you shunned publicly. Second thing, well, actually three things. Second thing, there is ways around that if you don't want to use the keyboard-oriented interface. And third thing, don't worry, they're fixing that. I mean, see, Pilot's been fully indoctrinated into this cult, but I mean, Dwarf Fortress is going to look like this pretty soon, which is entirely clickable interface. So just remember, hate's a strong word. We don't like that here. So now all that we need for that is mushrooms. Import mushrooms to show up. we're getting damn close. Yeah, I just need 20 more science, and then we will have discovered how to cook food. We've made it out of the Stone Age, fucking finally. Yes, this is literally just like a chat room that's like, vast majority of the people who watch this stream either play or are distant Dwarf Fortress enjoyers. Like, this is a Dwarf Fortress channel. We have the developers of Dwarf Fortress on like every couple of months, and we talk about Dwarf Fortress to the point where, like, I went to a convention earlier this month just to meet up with the developers of Dwarf Fortress, talk about Dwarf Fortress, and give them a better microphone to improve the interviews that I do with them. So they now have a Blue Yeti, which means they've officially become influencers. Cool. So I do actually have a decent amount of metal in the... It's, because this is like a food station thing. It's like basically a big old banquet hall. Do you want to modify that? Can you quit pooping right there, you idiot? I'm a fan. Bah. There you go. That's the button I wanted. You have one of those? Yep. Zach and Tarn now have a Blue Yeti. So there's two versions of Dwarf Fortress. As of, I guess, this point now. There's Premium and Classic. Premium will be $20 to $30. We don't know. Unconfirmed price. And then Classic will be free, which is exactly the same game, minus graphics and minus the music. But it will have the new clicky interface and all that jazz. Okay, so now we need to import pottery. After those mushrooms are out. Fortunately, I only need 2. And also, fortunately, we are outputting bloody shit tons of, this stuff. If I imported badgers, I'm sorry, what? Did I miss the... Oh, because the mushrooms. I get, duh. Badger. Sorry, I had to travel back to 2005 for a moment there. Was that 2000? I don't actually remember what year that was. I had to travel back in time by a couple dozen years. I'm sorry, my brain isn't constantly stuck in dead memes. Come on, man. Gosh, where the hell? How far am I making them travel? Pretty goddamn far. Okay, that's fine. This is me waiting for my mushrooms to show up. We'll toss out RimWorld from Steam. They're very different games. As somebody who has lots of time in RimWorld and even more time in Dwarf Fortress, they're very different games. I think that they can coexist quite happily. Sort of like how this game can coexist with Dwarf Fortress and RimWorld as well. Very different games. More different than I think most people realize. There it is. That's what we need. All right, so now that we're done with that, I need to import pottery, which is very expensive, so I'm not thrilled, but... And they put these little... They dig these little holes. And this is where they put the mushrooms. Donk. The orcs are real happy about this. Modders have already done that for RimWorld. RimWorld devs should stop developing RimWorld, but I also don't like talking about RimWorld because that game just kind of makes me mad. I have thousands of hours of time spent in that game, and I feel like I've been ripped off, but, you know, I'd rather not rant about it. Let's sell some of my veggies. My vegetables. No, I would not like to buy slaves. Thank you, game. Appreciate the offer, but I'd rather not. What's your happiness level up to? 77. God damn it. Need you guys to be at 80. There we go. We got 390 veggies outbound. Good stuffs. Cotton am I down to? It's dropped quite a bit. So let's swap the sale of that for the sale of this. Also remove some of our fruit storage and replace fruit storage with ration storage. There you are. I also need to start making more storage rooms. There we go. We're finally getting more orcs now. Because they're up above 80% happiness, which is where you want them. So streaming on Twitch puts stress on your internet connection. I don't know how good of an internet connection you have, but when I describe my internet connection to people, and they ask me, they're like, how much internet do you have? My response normally is yes, because I have 1.5 gigs up, 1.5 gigs down. So there's more internet than I have computer. I could stream like 50 times the amount of... I could stream like 50 streams concurrently on my internet and run a Minecraft server and probably be fine, and a Plex server and be fine. You kind of like to head to the canon universe where Dwarf Fortress and RimWorld all exist in different points in the same time and planets? No! Because RimWorld hasn't discovered 3D. Which means Odd Realm, Dwarf Fortress, No Moria can all exist in the same universe. Towns can exist in that universe. RimWorld, no. No. Now, I could see, like, RimWorld and Clanfolk both existing in the same universe. But, again, pretty different thing. Let's just stop all exports from there for a little bit. All right, so we're getting 320 pottery inbound, which do be very helpful. There you are. So once that pottery arrives, they can finish building this. And we're going to stop selling stuff. I'm going to wait for the pottery to arrive first. So yeah, I don't have problems with my internet connection because I have all of the internet. This is my job, after all. Might as well invest in the good shit. You know what I'm saying? Besides, I've been streaming for almost 12 hours, so I certainly need the good internet. When you stream as long as I do, you need the good shit. So fortunately, we don't actually have any homeless people right now. Pretty great. Can almost start up... Actually, yeah, we can start up this farm again. Yeah, and it has been my full-time job for about 6 years. New level unlocked. There we go. We hit 250 peoples. So now we get a slight bartering bonus and a slight happiness increase. And we've gained a second noble, meaning I can make another noble living quarters and we can assign a new noble. But before I make a new noble, before I assign a new noble, I'm going to make a new living quarters for them first. Jeez. I only need a couple more gems. That's kind of a shame. Actually, did they quite built all of that yet? Oh, there's the pooping sounds. But we just need this done. Literally all that we need, get that done. We're done. Finish it up. Come on, you dingbats. Need like 4 more pots. Hey chat, you guys want to like get on your pottery wheels and just like quickly spin up some pots for me? That'd be rad. I guess I'm still literally just waiting for more. This is about to become a party town. Please don't make pottery on a record player. Yours truly, guy who owns a record player. All right, so now we have a canteen. I love how we built a canteen and everybody's happiness instantly goes down. That's not how that's supposed to work, game. I guess it's because we have a canteen and there's no food in it. That's probably got something to do with it. Let's just give them the maximum possible service workers. Guess this makes me want to get like fish up and running. Or I could just import some fish. But what we actually need is we need more gems. I need more jewels! On this? Well, there's only one dev. It's literally, this game is made by one dude. But yes, the developer does update the demo. But they only update the demo about a year behind the main version. So the main version is the current early access build, and then the demo is an early access build from X amount of time ago. So, last I checked, the demo was about 8 to 9 months behind, but that was a while ago. So yes, they do update it, but periodically. We stand here and spin slightly this canteen and hope that it looks like it's working. I mean... Oh, I see the problem. I'm a big idiot, chat room. We need coal. Of course to cook you need coal. Of course! Makes perfect sense. And doesn't make the streamer want to tear his hair out at all. Right. Like, why is this not working? I need coal. Although I could potentially just research a charcoal-er. Okay, so how much does furniture sell for? Almost nothing. Okay, well, don't sell furniture. Note to self. Rations sell for shit. Jewelry sells for a lot of money. Tools sell for a lot of money. Weapons sell for a lot of money. I don't think I can sell makeshift weapons. I think it's just like weapons. Sell. Suppose I can offload some fruit. It sells more in the winter than it does in the spring. On how to improve public. Can I give you some advice on how to improve public speaking in a crowded place since I am a Twitch stream? So I know that this might come as a shock to you, but I'm sitting in front of a computer in a dark room alone. This isn't public speaking. I can't do public speaking. The fuck? I had 0 skills in that shit. I'm the wrong person to ask about that, lad. Two very different jobs. All right, how much is a charcoaler on this shit? I'm gonna try converting wood to charcoal. Just get our own charcoal industry going. There's 250 researches. All right. Gonna nuke all of my extra workers, but that's fine. I don't hate it. I can do it, but it's not something I have much experience with. Certainly wouldn't feel comfortable giving anybody advice on how to improve at public speaking, aside from the same basic bitch default advice that everybody would give, which is like, you know, imagine everybody in the room's naked. But that kind of shit. Like, I don't know. Practice and prep work pay their weight in gold. I don't know about that. I think experience just pays its weight in gold. Find other people to talk at that you know or trust to a degree. That you find easy to talk to by default. Am I really out of wood? Shit, I'm out of wood. I was like, man, this thing is telling me that I have no wood. I wonder why that is. It's because I need to clear cut all of the forests again, clearly. Having a subject that you know well and are passionate about help you talk. Yeah, no, absolutely. Speaking at a friend or another person, or even like a video of a crowd of people can help. Can't sleep? Go try harder. Go back to bed. Got a cup of hot tea. Go back to bed. Don't be silly. Go back to bed. Trust me. Go back to bed. You need to sleep. So go to bed, or I will time you out for 8 hours. I'll be back on in 12, so you'll have plenty of time. It's the beauty of this stream. I streamed like 12 to 14 hours a day, 3 days a week. We're just hitting the 12-hour mark, so we still got some time left. But the best part about like this stream schedule is like when I do stream, I'm on all day. There are no resources to sell. I mean, there's plenty, but guess there's nothing that we're willing to sell. Let's just see if I can... I guess part of the reason it's not getting imported is because I just straight up don't have enough of it. All right, 260. Let's grab a charcoaler. Okay, so you need a kiln. Which requires a bunch of clay. You require some storage. And an auxiliary kiln, which uses metal. Guess I get to import a bunch of clay now. $43 clay. Nope. All right, well, screw it. That shit's not working, so instead, let's just import clay. Can also just shut this thing down until we actually have the employees for it. I wouldn't recommend that, Bastet. I would just try to go back to sleep. But you do you. Go back to selling cotton. I'm such a child. I'm way too amused by the fertility, 69%. Could also just make a clay pit up there, but that will use I do mean so much. So much materials. We do have a lot of goods on the right side. Nice indeed, Eggman. All right, well, can't help you then. I would recommend purchasing a sleep aid, but you do you. All right, so how much clay we just received? Yeah, there's a ton of it. Okay, let's just cease the importing of clay. This puppy's next. Problem is I have nowhere near enough active workers. Shut off this farm. Gives us enough workers to be able to get these basic jobs done. Although we do need to keep vegetable production up so that they have something to throw at the people in the speakers. Too much heat in your room? 31 Celsius? My apartment usually sits at around 22 to 23 at this time of year. It's gotten a lot cooler outside, fortunately. We're no longer getting those days where it's like 20 plus Celsius. It's now down to, you know, around like 18 to 15 in the evenings, late at night down to 12. During the day, it goes up to like 20, 25. It's nice. On a cooler day, it'll be about 22. My apartment's usually about the same temperature as it is outside, sometimes a little bit cooler, unfortunately. Okay, so I have all of the materials. It's just a matter of them bringing it. And currently all my odd jobbers are just knocking down trees, which is totally acceptable. Just let them keep doing that. Everybody else is either employed or they're just, you know, they're just needed elsewhere. That being said, I am going to go delete a bunch of jobs. And there we go. About to finish that stuff up. Now they can go put all this stuff away. And build this little charcoalator. So this thing right here is going to take wood and burn wood and make charcoal. That's what this is going to do. You know, Eggman, I'm already kind of looking forward to PAX next year. I'm like back into the, maybe not fully back, but definitely starting to get a little bit more back into the concept of going to conventions. If you want to see how many we have, top left, it's that tiny little number. It says 273 currently. It's how many citizens we have in our lovely little living space. You know, I bet you I could just build a second one of those right away. Quite possibly could. That's the number of happy citizens. So somebody in this city is fucking pissed right now. And I think it's the dead guy. Who apparently starved to death. Hold on. How the fuck did you get out there? Someone got a little bit too enthusiastic about swimming and got caught in the water currents. Well, let me just dig a land bridge real quickly and go deal with him and check him in the corpse pit. Yeah, I'm glad that makes two of us, man. It's a very relatable mood. That or it's these two wild, deranged, insane people. Because if they don't have their needs met for long enough and they hate their living space, they eventually become, air quotes, deranged. And they need to be put into an asylum, which is a building that you can unlock. Alright, so now that the charcoalator is running, boom! I can now run this. Do they make babies? Only if you have the correct buildings for it. You need to make nurseries. And places for them to store the children while they grow up. We'll be researching that tech pretty soon, though. Good tech to have. Okay, so we're going from average of 80% happiness all the way up to significantly higher, so that's good. So we now have kitchens. But we also need, like, hospitals and other shit. So this is, like, all the space that this covers, all this red. This one building. If I zoom out a little bit, you can see the space that it covers. Anybody within this space can travel to this building, get a lunch. We got lots and lots of meals prepped already. To the point where, like, I kind of almost want to build a second one, but... Instead, it's probably wiser to just make another mushroom farm. Fuck it, 2 more mushroom farms. It's nice that we're already up to 235 peoples. Let's unsuspend my other job, this guy down here, my little lovely laboratory that we were working on. You know what's better than starving alone on an island, pilot? Is starving alone on an island with friends. It's kind of like my life, you know? It's like, what's better than living alone? It's like living alone, but with access to people that you can yell at through the internet. It's literally my life. Maybe that's worse than living alone, actually, now that I think about it. Yes, but would your friends starve with you? That's the important question. General happiness is still climbing. It's expected to climb all the way up to 88%. Still, there's only one unhappy person in this town. I think I'm gonna cram a couple houses. up here. So houses are like maximum privacy, nicest possible living space. Just realized I screwed this up. That's fine. No, it's not fine. Smart remove. Maybe don't. No, just delete jobs. Delete jobs. Delete jobs! They didn't take our jobs, chat. I did. Especially considering I'm taking this affordable housing here and turning it into unaffordable housing. Oddly enough, that didn't make any homeless people. I like to think that this is probably going to end up being prime real estate right here. Well, kind of screwed that line up. Let's just fill that all in with that. Delete that. Place you there. That should be good. It's gonna need to make some friends and test it out. Yeah, that's always the thing that like I run into when people are like, well, you could do this thing or you could do it with friends. It's like, who might that be exactly? You don't say. I guess the music got all happy booze because there's like food. They're like, yay, food, holy fuck. Let's make schools. Speaking of food. I think schools require paper. Yes, they require paper. So I need a paper maker next. And then we can train kids to work in the paper mill. That building is how many across? It's 5. Zip. Stack this on the side of this boy. Oh, hoping that would fit. You know, I'm actually gonna just take the shitty paper maker. Ah, fuck it. That's fine. We'll add the auxiliary. Gives me 68%. No. That'll have to go. It'll have to do. Import metal! In whatever amount I can afford! How's it child labor? Although, you know what's funny is the pilot, this game, the schools have a setting slider which you can turn all the way in one direction or the other. All the way in one direction is they are educating the students. All the way in the other direction is they indoctrinate the students. It's a little dark, but, you know, it's just like real life. It's quite literally, how far down the rabbit hole do you think you'll go? On a scale from 1 to, like, Kim Jong-un, how evil are you? Do 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 do. It's like it's break time. It's time to throw veggies at this laddie. Could bring some more elves in, but eh. Can you make a QE2 route and will be loved later in life? Definitely. Absolutely. You might get beheaded instead of dying of old age, but, you know. Some would call that a viable option, frankly. Let's sell grains instead for a bit. Literally just waiting on that stuff. Homemade pickled beets. Ooh. That's how I feel about my sauerkraut. You the laddie here to pick stuff up, or okay, no, you're here to pick stuff up. Okay. And then. Mom-in-law made it? Well, that's nice of her. Literally just waiting for shit to be delivered. Like a normal, like, day job is just... What are you doing? Waiting for shit to be delivered? I need 4 more pieces of metal. That's literally it. You ate the whole thing? Oh. To be fair, I went through my first batch of sauerkraut in like a week. I mean, it's shit, so you shouldn't buy it in the first place. In regards to KFC. Well, it's good that it's expensive. Hopefully people stop buying them and they go out of business. There we go. My metal arrived. I can now begin making paper. It's time to fell more trees, shall we? If I want fried chicken, I don't go to any North American chain. If I want fried chicken, I get Korean fried chicken. That's where you get the good shit. I mean, this isn't that long for me. Only at 12 and a half hours. I don't stream long hours. I stream exactly as long as I mean to. But, you know, I'll strike you guys a deal. If somebody gives me $50, I will turn the stream off right now. Just saying. You can tell me to go to bed financially. To be completely honest, some days I'll end early if I make a bunch of money at the beginning of the stream. I'll be like, well, we're already good for the day. That's how you know that, like, this is a job for me. It was like when I just make the mental note of like, yeah, you know, fuck it. Let's end early. I already did well today. But today's been kind of quiet. When I was little, I used to really like Kentucky Fried Chicken's gravy, and then I figured out how to make actual gravy. Don't like it so much anymore. School. Let's make us a little school. Let's plop it down here. In the middle of all the housing. Doesn't need to be particularly large. In fact, I would say it doesn't need to be big at all. All right, so benches for students to study. Assuming they have their lo-fi beats. All right, and then shelves along the edge. We don't actually need that much. And I can put in some carpets just to make it nicer. And then the doors go right there. That being said, we are kind of getting close to winding down, even though it has been a long stream today. I'm starting to get hungry, and I'm thinking I'm still going to keep the evening record sessions for Thursdays, I think is how we're going to do that. Because just one day a week, I think, kind of makes it manageable. So we're going to indoctrinate elf kids, and we're going to educate Kryptonians. Yeah, I've come to terms with the realization, Bastet, and this isn't something that you need to come to terms with. This is just something I've come to terms with. I've come to terms with my own personal realization that I'm better at cooking than my parents. Sorry, Mom, if you're listening, but I'm better at cooking than my parents. And I'm also better at cooking than a lot of restaurants. So sometimes my parents will offer me food, and I'll be like, you know what? I'm just going to go home and make food myself. Love your cooking, Mom. Your cooking's great. But feed you? I don't feed other humans. Absolutely not. You're a better bartender than your parents? Better at holding liquor than my parents. I will say I still can't beat my mom's shepherd's pie. My dad makes much better red cabbage than me. That's partially just because he's never given me the recipe, though. Let's do another round of dormitories. Oh no, an accident. Not an accident. That's such a shame. Okay, well anyway, moving on. You down here. Thunk. Thunk. Bump. We need more housing if we want more people. Affordable living housing. Lovely walkable cities. That's what this game's about, man. Make Cretonian breeders. I need more veggie farms to like actually set that up properly, I think. Man, I really wish that veggies sold better. If veggies sold better, I'd be selling veggies right about now. Yeah, no, I don't feed people unless I'm dating you. So, unfortunately, no, I can't do that, Mastet. Food's expensive in this fucking economy. All these laddies are fixing this. What, with this video game or just like in real life? I hold on. Sorry, what, Yoshi? Also, hi, Yoshi. In this game? Oh, build bigger farms, build eateries, build taverns. You really need eateries and taverns. So you need charcoal. I don't know. You need like a dozen different things. Eventually you'll need bread, bigger farms, more farms, bigger farms, more farms, bigger farms, more farms, more variety in farms, different types of farms. All that stuff, you know. Like right now I'm just working on farm variety. We're also trying to work on more housing, too. But yeah, that's a lot of it, is bigger farms, more farms, bigger farms, more farms, bigger farms, more farms. I do not need this many people working in the ration maker. Let's drop down the popularity of that. No, that's not going to happen. Unfortunately, Bastet. I'm very likely going to buy the game. It's only a matter of when. Just, or wait, are you playing the demo then? Or I was about to do the standard, like, have you tried the demo? Bullshit. Yeah, you've been playing the demo? Gotcha. One thing that I will say about the current version, I'm not sure what version the demo's on right now, but the updated version is balanced a lot better for food. I will also say this game doesn't generally go on sale. Kind of one of those, like, it goes on sale occasionally, and it's not frequently. I love these. These are funny. It's like, everybody loves them. These guys, fucking mad that there's children in the fort. That's just funny. All right, let's plop this in somewhere. Somewhere. so this is going to be a breeder. Full of cribs. This is where you go, ah, children! Scary. It's true. But it's scary. We need 40 of the, how much for huts? It's just furniture. It just increases productivity, I assume. Efficiency, rather. All right. Bunk. But they put veggies in these, and then they monitor and take care of children. So that'll increase our population increase for these guys. This seems like a problem with a solution, Vesta. Take turns cooking. Force that boy to learn. Someone's gotta. If not you, then who? And if not now, then when? Not entirely sure what the school does as far as knowledge is concerned. I know it increases happiness. It's the whole indoctrination system that like completely perplexes me, to be honest. Three subjects were injured on yours. That's fine. Quick, break their other ankle, and then they'll stop forgetting that, and then they'll stop realizing that they're in pain. Distraction therapy, I'm a big fan. Well, I've just kind of acknowledged that I need to build these little pathways around the edge of this. As much as I don't really want to. Kind of need to. Because I keep running around the outside anyways. Might as well just give it to them. Yeah, honestly, I think every system in this game is kind of cool. Like, even the like the systems I don't like in this game, Yoshi, are still kind of cool. Well, like I said, this seems like a problem that only you can solve. So... But as somebody, this is, again, just me talking, so don't actually take what I'm saying seriously, which is, if I ended up with a partner who couldn't cook, they'd either A, learn how to cook, or B, they wouldn't be my partner for very long. And that's just kind of all that there is to it. Really don't need that ration maker working at all right now, so let's shut that down and let them work elsewhere. Also, in regards to knowledge in schools, there's something about kids that are raised in the place where you live in this game. There's something about kids, if they go to school, then they become an educated adult, and if they don't go to school, they become an uneducated adult, and uneducated adults make more mistakes and do lower quality work or something. I don't know. As an uneducated adult, I have no idea how this works. I have a life hack for you if you want it in one sentence, pilot. Fill up your sink when you start cooking, and as you finish with individual dishes, wash them. And then when you serve your spouse, this is especially easy if you live alone and are only serving for one. When you're done with all of the food making bit, before you serve yourself, you put the last little bit of your food onto your plate, clean the pot or the pan or the whatever you use to clean, or whatever you use to make your food, and then you're done. And voila, you have cleaned up everything as quickly as you have made your food. So I never actually really have any cleanup. The only thing I have to clean after I'm done eating is my plate, or my bowl, or whatever I used, because food's already in my mouth and everything's already cleaned.